I've made it back. You know I would. Episode 2 of Red Sox Now. Mike Antonellis with you. Follow me on X at the Radio Mike. I've got a nice link tree link in there that will take you to all my social profiles. But at the Radio Mike will get you to all kinds of things. I'm one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox. This year will be my 29th season as a minor league broadcaster. All right, so good things are happening, especially with Rafael Devers expected to make his spring debut on Saturday against the Atlanta Braves. Looks like he'll bat second in DH. Alex Cora told Jen McCaffrey, one of the Red Sox beat writers, we have a pretty good idea on what they're going to do with Devers. Let's just see him play. Let's see how the other parts of the roster goes. We'll make decisions. When we make decisions, I want to see him on the field first. So he'll DH Saturday, then we'll go from there with the build-up and see how it goes. Just to let some people know, and I've had people ask me before, if guys don't play in big league games, can they get at-bats? And they can, and as you saw, it was all over social media. Rafael Devers actually homered against Walker Buehler in a simulated game. These guys are the backfields in the minor league games, but even in an isolated situation, they'll have a big league pitcher, throw to a catcher with an umpire, and they'll rotate guys that aren't playing a lot regularly in big league games. This happens a lot. I remember one year in spring training, I saw Mookie Betts and J.D. Martinez play in minor league spring training games, and they would just go from field to field, and they would lead off every inning, and they get like 8 to 10 at-bats a day without playing in big league games. So that's, for these guys just to get their timing down and just see live pitching. And so it's good stuff for Devers that he will be in the lineup against the Atlanta Braves. And it looks like, without reading between the lines here, I think Alex Cora is telling us that he will DH to open the season. Here's another thing that we don't know how the season will open for Wilyer Abreu. The good thing is for Abreu is that he is back, and this has been really an awful situation with that GI virus that he had. It cost him over a month battling that virus. He's been cleared to play games, and he now might be in a position to make the Red Sox opening day roster. And if he doesn't, there's a chance that Trayce Thompson could make it. Thompson's a 34-year-old veteran. He is the brother, by the way, of Klay Thompson. And here's a little fun fact for you. A few years ago, when Golden State clinched and won the whole thing in Boston, Trayce was playing in the minor leagues in AAA and was at Polar Park in Worcester, Massachusetts, and he was able to go celebrate with his brother. I know we don't want to revisit that. I think it's okay now. The Celtics have won a championship, but Trayce tied with the NBA with his brother being Klay Thompson. Now, he's had a great spring for the Red Sox. He's played hard. He's a 34-year-old veteran that has had some stints in the big leagues. And while you don't want to go crazy with exhibition stats, he's leading the Grapefruit League in home runs. The fact is he's making an impression with Alex Cora because he plays hard. And that's what you want to see for a guy. A 34-year-old guy battling for a big league spot and still playing like he's 24. So there's a chance if Abreu does open the season on the injured list. It's going to really decide over the next couple of games with him getting in there and how he feels. He might need some more time. One little caveat with the Red Sox schedule coming up. They play in Mexico City March 24th through the 25th. So you would expect their roster to be cut down on the 23rd. They open up on the 27th at Texas. That's why they're playing in Mexico, closer to Texas, and that home opener will be against the Cardinals this year. But you have the Rangers and Baltimore first. So if Abreu is not ready, maybe he just misses that first series, and Trayce Thompson is the guy that is able to make that club. That would be a really a great story. I had to do that. I had to do the play on words. That was kind of by accident, but it was in my head because I knew the next slide was coming up, and it's about Trevor Story, who has been injured as of late. He was scratched. He's had some back tightness. He's been out of the lineup. We all know this, and I know there's a lot of focus on the offense of Trevor Story, but he is such a key to the Red Sox defense this year. especially with the addition of Alex Bregman. Baseball, you go back 100 years, and you'll hear the same old, same old. Even now in an analytics era, you want to be good behind the plate, which I think they are. Connor Wong defensively is excellent. Up the middle, we'll see what happens up the middle. To the left of Story, it's either going to be Campbell, Grissom, or maybe David Hamilton. I talked about Hamilton in episode 1. And in center field with Rafaela, who to me is a Gold Glover. So Wong, Story, Rafaela, that's great. If it's Grissom, Hamilton, or Campbell, that's pretty good too. And you've got Duran in left, Bregman at third. So you look at that Bermuda Triangle. You look at left center, those guys' ability to go out and come in. You got plus speed in left, plus speed in center. Potentially, if your second baseman's going to have speed, Bregman is a Gold Glover, Trevor Story's a Gold Glover. It changes everything. Now, if he can't go, if he has times this year on the injured list, we know that Cedar Rafaela can play a high level of short. But I just think this is such a key. And I know there's a lot of focus on the contract of Trevor Story, but to really solidify your defense, Trevor Story being healthy for, 130 games is essential for this club. Last in defense last year, and we know it's so huge. But hopefully, with it being spring training, this back tightness is just the Red Sox playing it safe. You know, one thing we cannot ignore with the Red Sox, they do have 3 of their 6 rotation guys injured, with Crawford and Bayo on the shelf, and Giolito will begin the year on the injured list. One guy I saw a lot in Worcester in 2024 was Richard Fitz, and really impressed with him in that Yankees deal with Alex Verdugo. And boy, I mean, you talk about a great pickup for the Red Sox, and they have had success with Yankee farmhands. We know Garrett Whitlock, who was a Rule 5 pick from the Yankees. But how about Richard Fitz? And he could be in that rotation on opening day. He's had a terrific spring. Fastball tops out at 98. He's got the slider, but now a sweeper, curveball, kind of a new pitch, a sinker, maybe a splitter, adding to his repertoire. Big guy, looks like a pitcher, 6'3", 230, that traditional pitcher's build. And what I really like about Richard Fitz, when I saw him in 2024, he could get through his start mainly throwing just fastball and slider, which is very hard to do at any level, especially at AAA. But that's what the Red Sox wanted him to do, work on those pitches. And now with spring training, he started to perfect more of his arsenal, and he has become a very strong candidate to make that rotation. So with the Red Sox having injuries to their starters, you never want to see that. This is a guy that you could certainly see in that rotation spot when the Red Sox are in Texas. Well, I'd love to hear from you. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe to Red Sox Now. Who are some of your sleepers for the 2025 season for the Red Sox? I'm going to say Cedar Rafaela, not really a sleeper to me, but I feel like someone that we're not really talking about a lot. But good stuff happening for the Red Sox in the countdown to opening day. I'll be here with daily updates of Red Sox Now. Make sure to follow me on X at The Radio Mike. I'm Mike Antonellis. Thanks for watching Red Sox Now.